So I just watched a new Spider-Man Far From Home trailer and I don't understand.
I got hot sauce in my bag, swag.
Hello there, beautiful human. My name is RidersDX and welcome to my channel where today we're talking about something pretty different from what I'm used to talking about. So I asked in a poll if anyone would be interested in hearing me talk about the new Spider-Man Far From Home trailer, and it seems like it's a pretty wide majority. But nah, I understand that like not everyone in my audience is interested in Spider-Man, but Spider-Man is personally one of my favorite franchises in all of entertainment. So just seeing this trailer, I kind of just wanted to give my overall thoughts about it and, you know, just start some really good discussions about it. So I hope that there are enough Spider-Man fans in my subscriber list, but if not, then this video will just die a really quick death, and yeah. But anyway, let's talk about the trailer. So I watched the trailer and it looks awesome. Looks like it's gonna be a really great movie, but I'm really confused as to what the actual plot of this movie is, and I'm gonna need y'all help in like digesting, helping me dissect what's actually going on in this trailer as someone who's not very familiar with the Marvel Cinematic Universe. So I've been pretty mixed on Spider-Man's inclusion in the MCU. While I think the MCU is a really great idea to tie all these different franchises together and make some really epic adventures that wasn't possible before, it requires you to be really committed to this universe. Like, you have to watch all these movies generally, or at least the Avengers ones, to kind of know what's going on within all the other movies, because all these like solo movies, like the Spider-Man movie, the Iron Man movies, the Captain America movies, like they're all tied together to the overall Avengers storyline. So you need to be watching the Avengers movies to kind of get some of the small but important plot details that are going on with all these different movies. Now, as a college student who's applying for jobs and works 2 part-time jobs and makes a bunch of Sonic and SpongeBob videos on YouTube, I don't really have time to dive into the whole MCU universe. So as a result, it's been a little bit difficult here and there. Like when I watch like a specific Marvel movie I really want to watch, it's been difficult for me to kind of understand some of the important aspects of what's going on that relate to the Avengers storyline, and Spider-Man is a perfect example of that. I'm a really big Spider-Man fan, but I'm not as big of a fan of all the other Marvel characters. So as a result, when I was watching Spider-Man Homecoming, there were some gaps in my knowledge that happened in the movie that I didn't understand. Like the movie began with Spider-Man sitting in a car with Tony, and I was like, how did Spider-Man get here? And where's the origin story? Where's all that stuff? And then I did a little bit of research after that, and I realized that Spider-Man actually debuted in Captain America Civil War. So that makes a little more sense then. I'm a little bit annoyed that he didn't debut in his first movie like most characters would, but that was just a small detail, and it wasn't really that important to me to in terms of actually understanding the movie. And I actually really loved the first movie. I loved it so much that I saw that movie twice. So I saw it the first time and I was blown away by it. So at the second time, me and my friend were going out to go see a movie, and she was like, oh Brian, what movie do you think we should watch? And then I looked through the whole list, and there was nothing else I really wanted to watch except the Spider-Man movie, even though I'd already watched it once. So I went and bought tickets to the movie twice. So I paid full price to watch the movie twice in theaters. Man, that was such a waste of money, but I don't regret it because I loved the movie and I loved watching it twice. But now we got the second trailer, and it looks like Peter Parker is a little bit tired of being Spider-Man. I'm assuming this is because of what happens in Endgame, and I have absolutely no idea what's going on with Endgame. So if y'all can kind of help me like understand briefly like how that movie relates to this one, then that would be great, because I really don't get it. But it looks like Spider-Man is kind of sick of being Spider-Man, so he's really looking forward to this field trip to Europe with his classmates, and he does not want to be Spider-Man while he's on this field trip, which is pretty different from the first movie, because in the first movie, Spider-Man couldn't wait to be Spider-Man after school. Like, he didn't want to go to school, he didn't want to like study, he didn't want to do anything with his friends, he just wanted to be Spider-Man. And it was definitely a big contrast from what we're seeing in the second movie. So that's definitely interesting. I wonder what happened between the first movie and the second movie in terms of like what's going on with Endgame and all that. But anyway, so we see Peter Parker go to Europe, and at Europe he's having a fun time, but then Nick Fury, who I think is the leader of S.H.I.E.L.D., barges into his room and and basically put Spider-Man on this mission to defeat whatever is attacking the city. Okay, so I saw like a bunch of different monsters afterwards, like all like wreaking havoc on a city, and I'm just like, what are these monsters? Like, what are they? Where did they come from? Why are they so different, and why are there so many of them? And also we have this guy at the end who I think is named Mysterio, and apparently he's a supervillain from what I read about the comics, but this time around he looks like he's a hero because he's trying to fight the elemental monsters. And the students at the end of the movie trailer were talking about him as if he was another hero just like Spider-Man. So I'm a little bit confused on who Mysterio actually is and what role he's gonna play in this movie. Now I know there's a lot of questions that I'm asking that might not actually be answerable yet, but if there's anything that I'm asking that has a really easy answer, then please let me know in the comment section below, because I definitely would like to know about just these gaps in knowledge that I have. And because watching this trailer, like, it looks really exciting, but I just don't understand what's going on. So please let me know in the comment section below what, like, so I'm a fan of Spider-Man and I've been watching the Spider-Man movies, and I saw Homecoming, but I'm not keeping up to date with the other franchises in the MCU universe, and I'm not keeping up to date with the Avengers movies. So speaking as that kind of fan with those gaps in knowledge, what do I need to know about that stuff to understand what's going on in this movie? Like, can someone tell me what these monsters are? Can someone tell me why that guy appeared at the end? Can someone tell me exactly what Spider-Man is doing and what happened between that first movie and this second movie? There's so many things I just don't understand. But anyway, that's enough questions from me. Let's talk about some things that I picked up from the trailer that I found really interesting. And these are kind of like really random, so I don't know if these are things that like mean anything or if there really are really noteworthy things. So let me know your thoughts in the comment section below when I tell you about them. But one of the things I noticed in the trailer was when Peter Parker got his passport. First of all, his passport picture is so cute. I love it. Classic Tom Holland face. But if you look at the passport, you can see that the dates that were issued and dates expiration and the day of birth, there's no year on them. And that's kind of weird because passports are supposed to have like the year on them. So I'm a little confused as to why they didn't put them in there. It's not like they were like whited out or anything like that. They just aren't there. Like, they're purposely not included in the passport. Like, that's just kind of weird. Is that some kind of like story element? I don't know, because I was reading some theories online and I heard that the years might spoil something from Endgame. I don't really get that, so if anyone wants to explain that to me, then feel free to in the comment section. But I just think that it's very interesting that they purposely left out the year on the passport. Great looking picture anyway, but still. Another thing I noticed is that it looks like MJ and Peter have some chemistry going on between them, and I don't know how I feel about this because in the first movie there was like nothing between them at all. You know, it was all about Liz, but of course Liz is not in this movie anymore for reasons that have to do with the first movie, so go watch that movie if you don't know anything about that yet. But anyway, I do see that there's some chemistry between Peter and MJ in this movie now, and I love Zendaya. Zendaya is one of my favorite actresses, so it's really cool to see that she's being put in a more prominent role in this movie now compared to the first one. You know, she was kind of like just used as comic relief in the first movie, but in this one it looks like there's going to be a little bit more depth to her, so I'm looking forward to that. I just hope that their relationship, I guess it looks like, develops naturally and not like it being forced or anything like that. That would just be really unfortunate because both Tom and Zendaya are really great actor slash actress, you know, both really good at their professions is what I'm trying to say. So it'd be a shame if they were given like a script that really doesn't naturally have them come together, you know. So I hope that they write it well, but from what I can see, it's gonna be a pretty minor part of this movie because it looks like there's a much bigger plot going on that I don't understand. Also, I gotta say I love the look of Spider-Man's new suit. It kind of reminds me of Deadpool actually because of the similar colors. It's like red and black, it looks like. Maybe it's actually like dark blue and like in the lighting it just looks like it's black, but to me it looks like black, so it reminds me a lot of Deadpool's outfit. It's a nice change of pace for Spider-Man. I like it a lot, and yeah, I'm just glad that they kind of went with something a little bit different, you know, because you know in the original like Spider-Man, what's that name of that? I don't know, Sam something suit. You know, they used the same suit for all 3 movies, so it's nice to see that they're doing a little bit more variety with this. I'm assuming it's gonna be a trilogy. Maybe there'll be 4 films instead. I don't know, because it looks like this is a pretty successful endeavor for Marvel, so I'm sure they're gonna milk Spider-Man as long as they can in this universe. But anyway, yeah, I like the new suit and I like that he's able to fly with it. Like, that's pretty cool. Like, okay, I don't think it's flying, I think it's more like gliding, but of course it might as well be flying because come on, look at him. But okay, that's basically my thoughts on the trailer overall. I mean, I really love the first movie. The first movie is one of my favorite superhero movies ever, so I'm definitely gonna be checking this one out when it comes out later this year. And yeah, it just looks really great. I just wish it wasn't so heavily tied to the Marvel Cinematic Universe, because I'm personally just not that interested in keeping up with it. I just don't have the time, nor the energy, nor the desire to watch all those different movies just to understand the Spider-Man ones. So I much rather just like be informed of what I need to be informed of to enjoy the Spider-Man movie. So yeah, if anyone can just kind of help me out in the comment section, let me know what I need to know going into this movie about the Marvel Cinematic Universe. And for people that don't want spoilers, then just be wary of that in the comment section. You know, people are just gonna talk openly about this, whether I like ask them to or not. So just be cautious of that. And yeah, let me know your thoughts overall in the comment section too. I love to read all of them and, you know, discuss this. But yeah, please give this video a thumbs up if you like it. Subscribe to my channel if you like videos like these, want to see more in the future. Follow me on Twitter at RidersDX or join my Discord server, the Spongy Garden. And I really do hope you all enjoy Spider-Man, because he's one of my favorite franchises. So I would love to talk more about Spider-Man on this channel. So give me the go ahead and I'll go and do it. Alright, this is Riders. I'm riding out.